Hey, what's up, guys? Man, you want to see them all scurry? Watch these cats. See, there's 4 cats. They're waiting for breakfast. But we don't got no food because they eat it all yesterday. And so none of them like me. So they all take off running when I come out. I know it's stressful. They'll take off running when I come out. There's Goji up there, Demon Eyes, Teddy and Scooter. These are the outside kitties. I'm coming that way, bub. I like that cat. He's cute. He's got demon eyes, though. This one right there. But anyways, here I am. And look at what's in the sky right there. We got a clear sky. The sun is coming up. The cakes were on the griddle, but we already ate them. And, yeah. So, over here, you'll notice that I got Marla. And Marla is still sitting on the jack because I forgot to let it down yesterday. It's pretty cool, right? So we're going to put that down on the ground. Oops, let's move you. I'm going to jack the cab up, take the fuel tanks off, and paint up the, yeah. And so that sucks. Paint up the mounts and clean and touch up and paint up the frame and probably get some new bolts for up top and start getting the air intake system all apart. Clean that puppy up there, get the new rain cap on it, and clean up that bracketry over there. Excuse me. And yeah, try and do a little polishing. I got the surface, this rustage that comes out from underneath the 5th wheel. It looks like crap. We're also got to clean off all that grease and replace this airline, and also try to clean up, wash. Get stuff super clean. We might try putting the big tires on the front today, depending how that goes. I'm not going to put any chrome caps on my lugs. I got to get these wheels hand polished. They sat out in the smoke too long, so we'll get that done. Clean up this cross member, sand it up nice, and squirt a little paint on it because I scratched it up pushing in the shop. Maybe even clean up some of this turd weld right here and give that a little spritz as well. And basically just clean. These wheels look all right. Some corrosion from cat pee, which is, it's cool. It's okay. And we'll get this tank off and we'll get these brackets cleaned up and painted, and try and get that cross member bridge up there painted. Clean. And then get some spray bombs and just wipe down and clean up. We still got an oil leak. Nothing we can do about that except for just live with it for now. Yeah, it sucks, but anyways, I guess we'll just get after it. Oh boy. So much fun. All right, guys, now when you're doing this, to avoid fatigue, you want to switch hands every once in a while. And if you do it right at the right time, you can actually gain a stroke on the pump. I don't know how that's possible, but this thing's almost empty. I shut the valve off to the other side so that fuel won't be coming over here. We'll get this tank mounted, and well, we won't get it mounted. With this tank off, we'll get everything cleaned up and painted, and we'll mount the tanks probably tomorrow. Okay. Yep, this puppy is sucked dry, dude.
Good.
You know, you would think for 3,000 bucks you'd get some gas caps. You know?
They didn't give you any caps?
No.
For the tank?
Yeah.
These ones fit?
I think so. But, you know, there's also some fittings and stuff missing.
Really?
Yeah, because I bought the kit, right? So it's supposed to have like suction tubes and stuff. So what I'm hoping is that I don't put the tanks on and have no way to feed fuel. Because that would put, oh, there's a lot of fuel in this. Let me see if I have those things before I get too excited. Because boy, that would suck, wouldn't it? I think they're standard, Chad. They look like they're just standard fittings, so I can use these. Yeah, they're just standard fittings. So no big deal if they didn't come. It's okay that I paid extra $300. You want to?
I got it.
Oh, okay.
I just had to get, I didn't realize this was the right size for the 5/16.
Oh.
But that's probably a 7/16 holding that rest of that shit on there, right?
You know what? I don't remember, brother. I think I used a.
I can see.
I think I used a regular screwdriver.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Yeah, I follow you. Let's see. What can a guy do? Guy needs to move that fuel. That shit's heavy.
Not fucking moving.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, dude. I've never taken that one off. Ouch! I just set that barrel on my toes.
I thought to put some shorts on.
Oh no.
Is it leaking?
My tires are flat.
Oh yeah.
Jesus, John Oliver. All right, brother. Let's get some air in these skins.
Just over here at James Freddy's house, getting ready to do some work on Marla with him because he decided right before mounting he was going to get some tanks that went like this. I told him not to worry about it. Nobody's going to care about it.
Whoa.
He worries about things. So once all this air cleaner stuff taken apart, $20.
Oi. Oi.
Yeah.
Wow, Jesus.
Look at that one over there. It's completely coated.
Wow. That's crazy.
There's a bunch of grease and shit on it.
It should be pretty clean. It's been leaking about a gallon an hour all over the truck, so that's good, right? I also got to put a new air line on the fifth wheel and change the little pod in the dash and you know, hook up some heater hoses, let the water out of it, hook up some heater hoses in case it's cold on the way up there or on the way home.
I broke off the nozzle for the one there. You know, I just told him, I said, look, you ain't got no heat, but you're not necessarily going to need it. Well, this fucking sucks.
It'll come out. Just got to loosen that bowl up a little bit more.
Well, it's not, I don't think it's that, it's the exhaust.
Oh, the exhaust is in the way. Yeah.
So.
Why wouldn't it be, bro? Shit, yeah.
I got looser.
This is a lot of pumping, bro. My one arm is dead. I got my DOT physical finally.
Good. Everything go okay?
Yeah, it was fine. They said, well, you got a little sugar in your urine, but you're diabetic, so we anticipate it. Huh? Yeah.
He's sweet.
And she said,
She?
yeah, she said.
You touch your wiener?
Nope. She said, squat down. Okay, stand up. Bend over, touch your toes. Okay, perfect. You're good to go.
Nice.
You're getting it, Chad. Look at you go. Just give it a little tweak. Push that front to the left. Pop right out of there. Get it. Oh, your hands are dirty, bro. There's orange gloves in there. Too late for that. You want to stroke this for a while? It's a lot of work, bro.
No, trust me.
I don't have a fucking electrical pump.
It's a big one, too. Well, those electric pumps are really nice.
Yes.
Pump like 10 gallons a minute.
Yeah, fuck yeah. And if you do it right, you unhook the hose, and you hook it right into the bottom of the tank, and you fucking turn the valve on, and it sucks out of there like lightning. You can use me to jump down if you need.
No, I need that 9/16 so I can push this part up here.
I get it. Sucks I'm gonna have Freightliner gas caps on those tanks, but I don't have any kind of, even Crystal's is a Freightliner.
What about,
Freightliner.
I showed him yesterday, he's like, well, we got bands and stuff we need to leave. I said, dude, they ain't gonna give two fucking shits if you park that shit there and wait until you can get them in or something. He's like, well, I should probably ask just in case. I'm like, you can ask, but I'm telling you, they ain't gonna fucking care. They open that up on Sunday for people to be able to.
Yeah, to be able to get in there and get their shit around. And the only thing they don't like is if you try and sneak in through the side door.
Yeah.
They don't like that, as you remember. You made it, I didn't. They don't like me, they like Chad.
Well, we were there early enough, but they were locking that door. They wouldn't even let me go out the back and let me lay in there. He's handicapped, so.
Right. I don't know what I'd do without these things. Man, I can't wait to be able to work inside a shop. Not under a tent, you know? It'd be sweet. This thing is hurting for certain. What is?
That pallet over there, it's got blue paint and sparkle.
Oh, yeah.
Sparkle buggy on there.
Yep, got some sparkle buggy in it, folks. Shout. Yasser.
Alright, I'm gonna go get a little wash bucket filled with some water. That way I got somewhere to wash my hands.
Yeah, somewhere you'll be finding something like that. I'm gonna get a scraper out here. We'll scrape this stuff down. Then we'll clean it up. We'll wire wheel everything that needs to be wire wheeled. We'll put a little primer on there, a little paint. We're gonna take this bridge off and get that thing cleaned up and painted as well. I don't know what we're gonna do for these rubbers yet, but we're gonna have to do something with those. I have one in the Trailblazer, but I don't know if it's any good. We might trade this one out for that one and just get that thing up and spray paint it. Same with this. And yeah, it's a lot of work still. Still a lot of work, but we're gonna get these tanks on for sure. We'll get this cleaned up, painted, tank on. We'll get that thing off, clean up, painted, change the rubber, put it back on, new bolts. We'll get these bolts cleaned up and we'll put them on, then we'll just spritz those bolt heads. We'll get this clean. We'll take this sticker off and we'll clean this all up and we'll touch this paint up in through here, just so it looks nice. There's a lot going on. It's not going to be a show truck, but it is going to be ready for the show. If that makes sense, we'll bring it back. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to just get her scraped down. And we'll wire wheel her after we get all the crap off of it, you know. Okay, so we pressure washed the slop off. It's weird, my microphone's not on. Alright, there we go. So we pressure washed the grease off the thing. Then we wire brushed all of the hard rust off, and then we treated it. And so right now we're just going to wait a couple hours. I don't think I sprayed in there. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But we'll just wait a couple hours for it to turn black, and then that's primed. And then we'll get the paint on. We'll touch that up. I'm going to get the other fuel tank off, get that done. Then I'll take this bridge off, and I'll sand that paint all off. And I'll take this bridge off, and we'll sand all that paint all off. And I'll see about changing this rubber with the one that's in the Trailblazer. It's not much better, but it is better. So we'll get a look at that and get that done. Get that bridge off and cleaned and painted. We'll get up here and clean all that hydraulic oil out of there and clean that whole thing up. I'll probably just throw some stuff on it and spray it off with the pressure washer. But yeah, I think this is going to be nice. And we got the rubbers all cleaned up down here. Let me get you over there. We got these rubbers all cleaned up both sides. We'll glue those back down once we get this painted. And so we're about 1/4 of the way through, I guess. We'll get the other side off and get that cleaned up. We'll get that other side off, get that cleaned up. We found a polisher. He's supposed to come tomorrow. We won't be ready to put the tanks on till then anyway, so hopefully he comes, he knows what he's doing, and he can get the tanks shining. That'd be super cool. Love to have those tanks as shiny as those back wheels. And yeah, lots to do. A couple days left. 2 full days and a half. Hey, what's up, guys? Man, top of the morning to you. So it's about 9:20, something like that, and I'm just waking up, you know. I worked a lot yesterday, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but that thing is burning. So 2 days left of work time to be able to get Marla's show ready, and we still don't have a polisher. Thought we had a polisher, and then we didn't have a polisher, and then we did have a polisher, and now we don't have a polisher. But let's get you caught up on what we're doing over here. So we got Marla here. We got the cab up. We got the fuel tanks off, and we got these fuel tank mounts cleaned up and chemically treated. So we're ready to squirt some paint on them first thing this morning. Come over here to the dark side, and same situation. Cleaned up some spots. Now this truck's going to get a full strip and paint of the frame once we decide what we're doing as far as stretching it. We're going to get these things painted up so they can get to drying, and we're going to get this cross member off right here so we can get to cleaning that up. We'll get that cleaned up there as well. Can't really see it because of where the sun's at. And then once we get those cleaned up and painted, we'll start piecing back together the air intake system. We also got to drain out the water and figure out where the coolant lines go for heat, because we want to have heat in this, because it's probably going to rain on the way up there and it's a little colder up there, and we just want to have a foggy windshield situation. We'll get that done. Get the air intake piping back on, cleaned up. We'll probably paint some of the stuff that goes through here and try and get that stuff up there cleaned up. Who knows how that's going to work, but we're just going to do the best to make it look as good as we can. Clean up that bracket up there, and just clean stuff up, get these stacks cleaned up, and just continue on. Hopefully the polisher shows up, and wow, that stuff turned green. That's weird. That's probably gonna get sanded and painted. Try to clean up these pipes, and they look like shit. So we'll probably try and sand that. I was gonna try and sand and polish it. We got a bunch of little fittings down there. It's gonna be tough to get it back together correctly, but we're gonna do our best. But really, it's just to clean it up. It looked like shit, made the engine look like shit, and we're just trying to make it look as good as we can. But anyhow, let's get up and get after it. Now, this is my favorite paint as far as just a spray bomb. Now, when we stretch this truck, we're going to take these fuel tanks off, especially now that we might be putting them on without getting them polished. So we'll take these fuel tanks off, and we'll take off every piece on the frame, as far as all these brackets, and we will get this frame sandblasted, and we'll take these frame brackets and we'll have those frame brackets sandblasted and powder coated, and we'll take these air tanks and have them sandblasted and powder coated. And you guys saw Betty's. It makes them look so amazing. The idea here is to beauty this stuff up so when you put the tanks on, it doesn't detract from the gorgeous fuel tanks. This isn't a restoration today. This is a make it look good for the show, because people are going to be looking at it. And we got a lot of time and money in this job, but we don't have sandblast, prime, and paint done. And so what we want to do is we want to just keep the focus off of maybe rust and dirt and grime and unrefurbished stuff, and get the focus on the stuff that we have done. I would have liked to have this truck completely done, but there were some extenuating circumstances. The machine shop that we chose to do the work took them 6-8 months to, I don't even know, May, June, July, August. $120 days to get the machine work done, and that's really not acceptable to to my timeline, but you know, sometimes my timeline and the real world timeline are a couple of different things. But anyhow, I would have liked to have this whole truck done, and I would like to think that if the machine work could have got done in a month, then well, maybe I would have had my job completed several months earlier. And then I think I'll scrape this sticker off and paint this section as well. And then I could have had, you know, even maybe the stretch done, but I don't know. You know, you just never know. The nice thing about this paint is you can really pour it on, and it doesn't really run, and it's super fast drying, and it's pretty durable as far as it goes. And it's the same paint that I used to do the rest of the frame. I should say Johnny used, because Johnny's the one who did the frame. It took us a couple days. It took Johnny a couple days to get it. Did a good job. Wire wheeled the whole frame, and then we painted it with this stuff. This is Ace Hardware brand rust stop paint, and we've done some testing with it, and it's pretty amazing for spray paint. You can take it right off with solvent. You have to be kind of careful. But the nice thing about it is it does keep the rust from coming back. So it's kind of nice. Not really sure I like this way this is right here, but I'm going to just paint stuff up. Like I said, we're just trying to look away from the crap that's not done to emphasize the crap that is done. You know what I mean? Touch up some of the trans that got scratched, and we'll get underneath those for any spots that need doctored. We did get some new track mats in as well, and so we're going to bring one to mats with us that's not been out of the box yet, so that you know, pressure washing these kind of a pain in the ass for as bad as they look underneath. But it's tough to, you know, with that big pressure washing wand, it's tough to get underneath and aim up at something, you know. So we're just doctoring up. So when you look at the tanks, you see the tanks and not some rusty bracket underneath it, right? But again, all of these brackets will be sandblasted and primed and painted, and looking all sparkle buggy when we do the stretch. And you know, this truck needs to be painted anyway, so there's some grease under here I didn't get. It's not perfect by any means. We need to replace these bushings. Probably be something that we have to custom make. But you know, is what it is. Underneath of the frame looks like shit, so that's cool. I wanted to be able to, you know, make this look pro, but it will eventually look pro. Right now we're just putting a band-aid on it because that's what we have. We have a band-aid, so we're going to use it. And they look a lot better than they did. We did wire wheel them all the way off, which was necessary as well. We'll keep going. We're going to do the front of the rear diff. It's kind of rusty. We chemically treated it yesterday. We didn't want to do a whole lot of work to this rear suspension because we're not going to keep it. You know what I'm saying? And so we just didn't want to. We didn't want to make a big deal out of saving it just to get rid of it. You know, it's just a lot of money to rebuild and refresh and then throw it away. You know, nobody's going to buy this stuff. So I'm going to check these differential oils too. I mean, I haven't seen any leaks, you know what I'm saying? So it's probably okay, but we're going to try and get this cross member off so we can get it cleaned up. Some stuff that's missing. And we want to clean up these bolts and clean this thing up and degrease it and degrease up there and try and do something with that rubber. I'm going to put these bolts in my pocket just for now. Alright, so what we're going to do first, we're going to take this old rubber off, make sure this new rubber's good. We're going to glue the rubber up. And we're going to start a cleaning and making that thing sparkle buggy. I'm starting to get hungry. I didn't eat breakfast this morning. Just didn't feel good. Not that I don't feel good, but I just didn't feel good. You know what I mean? Got to figure out what kind of glue to use. Glue this thing on. I wish these things were available. I tried to find some. They just weren't available. We'll clean these bolts up. Make them look sparkle buggy. This thing's beat up like this because it was getting hydraulic oil leaked on it the whole time it was alive. Okay, yeah, good. That'll be fine. We'll get all this mess cleaned up. We'll get up in here and clean this thing up. What did I do with that other bolt? Yep, right there. Okay. We'll get some glue in there. Might as well. I think we'll leave this one on. No sense in disturbing the piece. We'll just get this cleaned up and we'll take it off. Screw it. Looks like I can fix this piece up, and it's really weird, right? Because you'd think that would be, because it was this way. So we'll get this piece doctored up inside here. You know, this is a really inconsequential piece, right? But it really makes the truck look like shit when it looks like shit. So we'll do these little repairs, and we'll clean this whole thing up and get a squirt of paint on it. Now I don't have any essential, so we're not gonna sand it all the way down and make it nice and then let it sit overnight. We don't have time for that. So it'll be knock the flakes off of it, clean up this area, get this all cleaned up and put back together, and then give it a once over of paint. It's just so shitty. I wish I had somebody that could sandblast it for me. I have a sandblaster, but I don't think it's here. Yeah, it's at the... Unfortunately, it's in the trailer. Keep on scrubbing until it's all out of there, and then we'll just do it again with a clean rag. Now we get another clean rag and we wipe it off. Literally supposed to have a wet rag in one hand, a dry rag in the other. This stuff does not evaporate, so it says to wipe it on wet and dry it right away. I'm not coordinated enough to do that, and so for me, this is my only option, yeah. That wax and grease remover lifts it, and then you're supposed to use the rag to carry it away. There's a commercial about that at some point in time in my life. This was supposed to keep it from oxidizing under the paint, but we're gonna have mixed metals on this thing, so it's gonna oxidize no matter what we do. but we're just going to give it the best fighting chance we can. Okay, that's the best we can do right now. Dead cowboy. Let that dry for an hour. We'll get these other little pieces cleaned up. We'll bring you back. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this contact cement. We're gonna brush it on the fresh paint. You know, like you would if you were doing it. And then we're gonna brush it on the rubber. We're gonna try not to spill a bunch, but you know me, probably will. Okay, and that's how you're gonna do it, right? Then you're gonna take this rubber and do the same thing. And the reason is you're gonna let this stuff tack up, and then you're gonna slap it on there. It's gonna stick. Okay. Well, that's the process. Just in case you get my big head in your way and you can't see, at least you know what I'm doing. I don't remember how long it takes. It's just a minute or so, I think. But I'm going to read. I'm going to read about it here as soon as I'm done. Because you don't want to read about it ahead of time. You want to have the stuff setting up before you do it. But I figure what's going to happen is we'll get this side done. And then we'll do the other side right. I did this to Betty and that stuff didn't stick. Not at all. So I think I didn't use enough, or I waited too long to stick it. But gets me. Alright, there we go. I'm going to clean this area up and paint it. We'll paint that cross member. It doesn't look like we're getting tanks polished, so we'll just move right along and start on putting the tanks on. It's never fun the last couple days, but yep.
You guys leave tomorrow or the next
Monday. Monday noon probably. Breakfast of champions. This paint does not like this primer. Okay. Is the latch, what the latch on the cab comes down to. This sumbitch is hot, so we're going to set it on this steel right here.